Was Harry Potter a documentary? If a tree falls down in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does the tree become a ghost? Answers to these questions and more on this episode of This Paranormal Life. Welcome back to the podcast. It is a Tuesday, a very special Tuesday, if you will.
The spookiest day of the year.
That's right, my birthday.
Oh, whoa.
Where's my gift?
I got you this pumpkin carved.
My favorite. This is the Halloween special of This Paranormal Life. How are you doing today, Rory?
It's my favorite day of the year.
Absolutely it is.
We're heading into the unbaptized days, folks. This is when goblins, ghouls, witches, and frankly trolls roam the streets.
And we're waiting with knuckle dusters.
Yeah, ready to take them out, sock them in the jaw, and investigate the shit out of them.
Local councils hire us for our services at a very, very low cost.
Cripplingly low.
So I think I'm going to dive right in. I think everyone knows what the topic of this podcast is going to be. That's right, Rory. It's about Halloween. Tell me, how much do you know about Halloween?
About Halloween? I mean, is it too much to say everything?
That's big
Your
words.
response implies yes. But I'd love a recap. I'd love a... Why don't you tell me what Halloween is, and then I'll tell you if you're right. How about that?
Are you testing me?
You're like, so Halloween's in, and I'm like, October. Yeah.
That's right, folks. Halloween. It's basically Christmas, Hanukkah, Easter, Thanksgiving, and orgasming all rolled into one holiday. Not only that,
Do you think orgasming is a holiday?
Well, I do it twice a year, so I feel like it's a kind of biannual holiday.
Right.
Yes?
I mean, that's sad that you do that, but you can't take that time off work. You can't just send an email to your boss saying jizz.
And yet I do. And yet I do.
A 3-day weekend.
Granted, I usually find myself searching for jobs twice annually.
Right, of course.
Usually. Not only all of those things rolled together, but it's also a paranormal investigator's favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
Why? Because in our bullshit society, it finally gets the sheeple talking about what really matters. Ghosts, ghouls, demons, witches, goblins, all things nefarious and paranormal.
Yeah.
Problem is, like most good things in life, it's been ruined by liberals, corporate fat cats. Halloween used to...
I'm not on board anymore. I just want you to know the point that I dropped off, and that was it.
What threw you? The ghouls?
We get to talk about all the horrible, evil things in our life. Ghouls, goblins, witches, my parents, demons, ghosts,
taxes,
spirits, ex-wives.
Obamacare. That's right, folks. Here in this podcast, we're taking it back to libertarian roots.
Make
people.
Halloween great again.
That's right. Halloween used to be about serious research, serious investigation. Today, it's mostly a vehicle for eating sugar and dressing as sexy versions of things that used to be scary once upon a time.
Yeah.
That's why for today...
That's why I'm dressed as a sexy Nazi.
Because that's still scary.
It's terrifying.
Do you like the hat?
It's not only revealing, but... I mean, is that thing really comfortable? 9.
Very confusing. You're wearing a thong and a gas mask.
I think this is something the Nazis would have been against.
That's why, for today, I'm winding back the clock and we're looking at the real Halloween to find out the truth behind the plastic zombie mask. I'm going to give you a true OG real Halloween experience.
Nice.
And I know what you're thinking, isn't that easy? Halloween was the night before the Christian feast of All Hallows Day on the 1st of November, and that's when Christians would pray for their dead.
Is that right? Is that how it started?
Thank you, everyone.
I didn't realize there would be follow-up questions.
That is partially true.
Okay.
But it's not the full story. As always, if you're wondering where a Christian festival came from, you can safely guess that one day a Christian beat the head of a pagan with a rock and stole their wallet and their festivals. Well, Halloween's no exception. It has its roots in... I don't know how to pronounce this, Rory. I'm going to be real with you. Samhain. This is the ancient pagan festival. It's actually spelt Samhain, confusingly, but I'm sure, as you know, growing up in Ireland, that sometimes they don't like to spell things the way they frickin' should.
Of course.
Samhain, that's when the pagans got together to mark the beginning of winter. They celebrated all across Ireland, Scotland, the Isle of Man, places that are near and dear to our hearts.
Of course.
It was believed that on this specific date, on the dawn of winter, the boundaries between the spirit world and our world thinned.
Right.
and beings could travel between the two worlds more readily. Basically, it was like spring break for the dead.
Yeah, just free roam.
They all just jumped in their goddamn convertibles and road tripped to the world of the living to like wreak havoc and do like belly button shots.
Yeah, well, it's like we talked about with the Christmas goblins.
That's right.
You know, just waiting for that Christmassy time of the year.
That's right. So everyone living in that part of the world knew that around Samhain, things could get weird. And to give you some perspective on this history, there's actually an ancient tomb in Ireland built to celebrate this festival that's about 5,000 years old. So this is pretty freaking old.
Why would you build a tomb to celebrate anything? Like a tomb where someone dies?
I think it's a bit like, let's say the pyramids line up with the stars in a certain way, but they were tombs. Kind of the same thing, that this tomb was lined up so that, you know, the light shines through the passageway on the dawn of this festival on the 1st of November.
No.
Yeah, and that's 5,000 years old. So they took this shit pretty seriously. So, suppose you die and the day rolls around. It's Samhain. The veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead is thinned. You've got the chance. It's like a portal has opened up. You can jump through and go back to the world of the living for one day. I'm asking you, what would you do?
That's a really good question. Can I manipulate things on the real world?
If
I take a dump as a ghost, will it appear as a real dump?
Yeah, go on then.
I would crap on people's desks.
I would take a crap, nowhere specific, just to feel the feeling of crapping again.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Really
is
what
to
I
crap.
miss. I didn't have a very rich life.
Certainly not rich in fiber. I'll tell you that.
Crapping, that was like a twice a year occasion. It was very much like orgasming, actually.
Yeah, of course. Crap holidays. That was my favorite.
Hard cut to you telling your boss, like, I'm actually not going to be here this Thursday. That's right. Is it a crapping day or no, orgasm day? Cool. Not a holiday.
The best year was when they crossed over. It was incredible. Best experience of my life. That's actually how I died. I didn't think you could die from bliss, but the crapgasm begs to differ.
Hard cut to your funeral. He lived a sad, short, and disgusting life.
He died how he lived, shitting and screaming. How he came into this world. He went out the same way.
Yeah, went out arguably worse than he came in.
At least he was kind of clean and innocent on the way in.
Rather than hairy, deranged, and covered in feces. Okay, so you would go around shitting.
Yeah, what would you do if you could do anything?
Woof. Rent a movie. Maybe get some fast food.
I mean, these are all things you can do now.
Go for a walk.
Yeah, now. I mean, you could do that now if you want. Yeah, you know what, now, literally.
I guess I could go to like a spin class or something, I guess.
Yeah, now. I mean, maybe better now than as a ghost.
Now, I like to do things as if I'm dead now.
Right.
I kind of do the hunting while I'm alive. And then I think in the afterlife, because I'll have more time.
You'll be freed up. Yeah.
I'll be freed up to do like yoga like 4 times a week kind of
thing. At the minute, I'm pretty slammed with the haunting. The haunting's really a 24-hour gig.
A lot of people have crossed me trying to stop me from hunting people. That'll get you a haunting, all right.
Not in a weird way. I like to haunt some people sometimes. Not in a weird way.
Sometimes I like to just paint my face white, just go around with little fake fangs and kind of bite people in the neck. Not in a weird way, though.
Sometimes I won't even buy the fangs. I just bite people. I won't even use a ghost costume. Not in a weird way, though.
Sometimes I like to abduct people's dogs just to freak them out. Maybe release them about 2 weeks later just to freak them out. Not in a weird way, though. Okay. So the correct answer to that question that neither of us got to was you're going to go
peeing. I was so close.
You're going to go see your family. Maybe your spouse is still alive. Maybe your partner's still alive. Hopefully your kids, if you've got kids, grandkids, definitely. That is going to be your first stop. Pop in, see the family.
Yeah. Well, I obviously, if I was going to die in a blaze of glory, would take my family with me. All my loved ones as well. So that's irrelevant. They'd also be dead.
That is the second time you've referenced killing your own family on your death.
And I know you have 4 guns, so it does worry me a little bit.
One in each pocket. Left, right, back left, back
and
right.
mouth.
The biggest bucket of all.
Give me your wallet. No. Give me your wallet. It's like, what? Your wallet. I can't hear you. Did you eat a gun? Yeah. It was actually more work to eat the gun than hold it.
So, Well, for exactly that reason that you would want to go see your family, that's why on the 1st of November, the living would leave a space at their dinner table with food and drink for their dead relatives.
Hey, that's kind of sweet.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Santa Claus, and you leave out cookies and milk.
Yeah, for the goblin. It is Santa.
But actually, if you got 24 hours to go back to Earth, what would you eat?
I don't know if I want to eat anything. Like, you're a ghost, you like to be kind of light on your feet. But I think coming back to a table with my loved ones and an ice-cold glass of Lombardy liquid of the dead.
That's right. Available at all good retailers.
Ironically, the dead will not even drink Lombardy. We have tried.
Legally classified as embalming fluid.
A lot of them are angry because it was Lombardy that killed them. The disclaimer does say it is borderline poison.
I didn't used to sound like this.
But the Lombardy has scorched my vocal cords. I am actually 19 years old. Bless him. I hope he sells some balls.
So, needless to say, demons running about the streets at night is a public health hazard. So people started taking precautions to protect themselves. Reasonable enough.
Right.
It's a bit like the Second Amendment in the United States of America. Do you arm yourself?
Do you swallow the gun? Do you just hold it?
How do you reckon with pulling the trigger with your tongue?
Exactly.
How are you gonna load a 12 gauge with your tongue?
Yeah.
Others, maybe they would decide to set Home Alone style traps throughout their house.
Nice.
No. People 5,000 years ago had a better idea. Dress like a demon. That way, demons will not mess with you because they'll think you're one of them. Additionally, if a dead person / demon had a beef with a living person, like let's say you screwed over a lot of people in your time on this
daily,
earth,
yeah,
and all of them died. You think you can just get on with life peachy? All my enemies are dead. Amazing. No, not on November 1st or October 31st for that matter. Then all your goddamn enemies, they come back from the dead and start haunting you. That's why you put on a sexy nurse mask and then it's not a thing. And they won't know who you are anymore. You're hiding your identity.
That's also quite a nice idea that it's like, oh, remember, in life, you can't just murder all your enemies.
That's true.
Because they'll come back and haunt you.
Very true.
I mean, not just the memories of you killing them, but the literal specters will come back and haunt you.
It's true.
I like that.
And I'm sure you can guess, this is where Halloween costumes came from, apparently. So, around this time, people started putting 2 and 2 together. They started thinking, we're dressing up as dead people. The living are leaving out food and wine for dead people. Let's cut out the middleman and start taking that free wine and food.
Sorry, so to not anger the ghosts, they laid out food, then dress as dead people so the ghosts wouldn't recognize them. And now I think they're forgetting the point because now they're just eating the ghost food.
That's right.
Dressed as ghosts.
People are very short-sighted.
Right, okay.
So people started turning up at random houses and singing songs in return for snacks.
Oh, okay.
That's right. On Halloween, or Samhain, children and poor people would go around town singing songs and praying for the souls of the dead, their loved ones, pets, or whoever. And traditionally, people in the houses would bake soul cakes and give them to the kids and beggars for their work. So, I thought we could do a historic, period-correct reenactment of what that would be like. Okay, so here, I've printed out lyrics, much like they would have done 5,000 years ago. Can you reach?
There we go.
There we go.
I mean, you did carve this on a stone tablet, so fair play. It is historically accurate.
It took much of my time over the last month. But yeah, I'll say that. Had to quit my job.
I can actually see your handwriting improve as it goes later on. I mean, it looks like decades went into this.
Can you see the part where I lost my frickin' finger, though?
Yeah, there's a lot of blood on this tablet. But it's nice you've kind of used the blood to draw a witch. So, nice little illustration.
Gives it a Halloween feel, I would say. For those at home, me and Rory have been rehearsing this. We hit pause there for a second. We've been rehearsing this for a couple hours at this point.
Couple hours, yeah.
Just try and get it. And we actually are musicians. We've got a band and everything. So
yeah.
So this is kind of our wheelhouse. So please enjoy this Halloween rendition of this ancient trick-or-treat song.
Okay.
You do the first verse, I'll do the second verse, and then we'll come together on the third verse.
Oh, that's such a great idea. Okay. Okay. Get some nice tempo around here. Oh, we're going to slow it down a bit. That's a bit fast. Okay. Here we go. God bless the master of this house, the mistress also, and all the little children that round your table grow, like wise men and maidens, your cattle and your store, and all that dwells within your gates. We wish you 10 times more. Here you go.
Down in the cellar and see what you can find.
Can't find.
If the barrels are not empty, we hope you will prove kind. We hope you will prove kind with your apples and
Sorry, be quiet.
with your apples and strong beer, will come no more souling till this time next year. All together now. The lanes are very dirty, my shoes are very thin. I've got a little pocket to put a penny in. And if you've got a penny, a halfpenny will do.
Half a penny. If you haven't half a penny,
it's God bless you.
That sounds like God bless you, gentlemen.
What?
God bless you.
That really does.
God bless you, like that's.
Maybe this song isn't 5,000 years old.
It says at the bottom, this is by Frank Sinatra. The video was in black and white. So there was a video. Yeah. But it was old as shit. It was at like...
He had like a club. I thought it was Neolithic times.
It was 420p. Clearly prehistoric.
420 is pretty good. 240 is when you're in the shit.
That actually sounded way better than I thought it was going to sound.
So on that frankly high note of a song, boy do we have a couple of big announcements for you. We thought that Halloween would be the perfect time to step this paranormal life up a couple notches. That's what I'm saying.
Let's do it.
So, from today, Halloween Day.
Nothing unlucky about this one.
We have finally launched the This Paranormal Life Patreon.
So that means right now, if you go onto patreon.com/This Paranormal Life, you'll be able to see our Patreon. Now, what this is essentially every month you can choose to give a little bit of money towards the creators of the podcast.
$2 will get you access to a new show notes blog as well as a shout out here on the podcast. From $5, that gets you access to our new monthly audio. We're going to be doing at least a full episode per month of new content on there, as well as access to show notes blog and everything else. And then upward from there, we're into t-shirts, Lombardi.
Some pretty cool shit.
Some signed Polaroids, things like that.
If you've ever wanted a tiny little Ra on a t-shirt, you've come to the right place. I think we really want to take this podcast to cooler places and not only create more weekly, but be able to give you guys more. Making this podcast has been one of the most fun things I think we've both done this year. But Jesus Christ, is it so much work. I mean, we never want to lower the quality. We want to keep it full of sound effects, full of stories, improvisations, stupid stuff. So hopefully this project will allow us to develop that even further.
That's the main thing, is This Paranormal Life is always gonna be free.
Exactly.
This Patreon is
you cannot get rid of us. We will be releasing episodes every Tuesday.
Throw away your phone.
What you say, Dad.
Throw away your phone. You're gonna hear us in your sleep, okay? So, as we said, that is patreon.com/This Paranormal Life. Check out our socials for that link as well. And that is only one of 2 announcements. We are also launching the This Paranormal Life Secret Society Facebook group.
Secret Society, public now, shared all across the world.
That's right. Just
tell your friends.
Yeah, so now This Paranormal Life has a community home on the internet. So if you ever want to like talk to people who are also listening to the podcast, share some links, fan theories about some of the topics we're discussing, or your own stories, you can post those to this group and see what other people are thinking.
Yeah, we'll be in there.
That's right.
We'll be in there.
Just shooting people down. Ban hammer, just left, right, and center.
I am an angry mod. I will tell you that now. I am an angry mod, and my fury knows no bounds.
Zuckerberg himself banned from this group. So that's right, folks. You can search that. It's actually linked to our Facebook page. So you can find our Facebook page, facebook.com/This Paranormal Life. And the Facebook group is just This Paranormal Life Secret Society.
Right. Very secret society. Don't tell anyone about it, but share it. Tell your friends. invite everyone you know to it, but keep it shush.
That's right,
please.
on
Keep it quiet.
the DL. I mean,
Exactly.
absolutely tweet it.
Yeah.
Absolutely Instagram it, but also shh.
Please keep it quiet. Share it with all your friends. Borderline viral is what we're hoping for, but shh.
Yeah.
Keep it shh, please. Again,
One-
password
1
is
a.m.
password.
Yeah. 1 a.m. in the morning, open up your bedroom window, scream it to your neighborhood.
Yeah.
But also
Shh. End it with shh. Go join the fucking group. Shh. Please. Shh.
password is password.
Shh. Everyone, all the neighbors are just like, shut up. You've been screaming for hours. There's 4 people in the
It's
group.
a shit page.
I was in there 3 seconds. I got banned. This freaking crazy mod has banned everyone. Yeah. Check it all out. Check it all out. Hope we can continue to bring you guys cool stuff in the future. And hopefully you enjoy some of the products and bonus content we'll be bringing you in the next couple months. And again, as always, guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Again, we love all the tweets and messages we get every week and all the emails sent in. It makes doing this thing amazing. So thank you so much.
Back to the podcast.
Let's go.
So I know what you're thinking after that song. Those soul cakes sound pretty delicious.
Yeah.
They were traditionally set out with glasses of wine on All Hallows Eve as an offering to the dead. And that cross on top, that sounds religious. And it kinda was. I didn't know this. This is a fun fact, guys. Apparently bakers used to put a cross on bread and buns back in the day to ward off demons.
That is not true.
That made
there is no way
bread,
that's true.
that made bread moldy or stale.
There were demons that did that.
Absolutely. And if it sounds familiar, that's because that's right. It's almost identical to hot cross buns that we all know and love from Easter time. That's pretty much a soul cake.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know if that's why there's a cross in a hot
I knew I
cross
should have
bun.
brought hot cross buns.
I'm also worried that we're halfway through the podcast and we presumably have an incredible amount of ground to cover between
That
where
was
we are now
actually
and
it.
current day.
That was
Halloween.
actually it, dude, to be honest.
It was basically the buns.
So, I think we can all guess what souling became. That's right, trick or treating. Did you ever trick or treat, Rory?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Back in the Dizzy?
Yeah, tons. It was really big in my neighborhood back home, so like I used to love it. I went when
yeah.
it was borderline too old to be trick or treating, but then I was like, oh, I'll go with my younger brother. Like I'll, but I just
Buys
wanted
you a
candy.
few years. Buys you a few
It does,
years.
yeah, it was great. I mean, I was 19, he was 17,
Right.
and people said it was still a little weird, but
That he took a bat.
yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of threatening more than anything.
yeah,
And I mean, he was pretty ripped at that point, wasn't he?
yeah. We said trick or threat. It was more
They're like, sorry, did I mishear you? No.
no trick or beat. Colin's pounding the bat in his hand. We didn't so much as knock on the door as smash the window. Sometimes the back.
Yeah.
The best treats were vacant houses where we got our treats.
And that would explain the Homer S tag on your leg.
Yes, multiple actually.
Yeah, it's been many years, but
On Halloween, they put it back on me. Every Halloween.
that was the get out of jail clause. As I mentioned earlier, people were leaving out food and drinks for spirits, so people started dressing up as spirits to receive the food and drink on their behalf. The deal was basically, look, we're acting on behalf of the spirits, so just give us the food and booze, or else. And apparently it did get kind of threatening in places. You can kind of imagine how this would creep into it. In parts of Scotland in the 1700s, Samhain started to be known as Mischief Night.
Oh dear.
Took a twist. And whenever you're causing mischief on Mischief Night, you're gonna need some way to
You
see
get away scot-free. It's basically the purge.
That's right. You're gonna need some way to see in the dark. Well, they would traditionally carve turnips and put candles inside. They would carve the faces of demons and ghouls into the vegetables, and basically they were much more horrifying than today's pumpkins. Everyone knows what a carved pumpkin looks like. Sometimes
Yeah.
you do adorable patterns. You could do a little kitty in there,
Right.
or a witch on a broomstick. I don't know if you've seen what the olden times ones look like.
I didn't even know there were olden times. Oh my god. He looks so sad and angry.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he is.
So that looks like a legit tortured demon.
Yeah.
And I'll throw this up in the show notes blog, folks. It's just
the
a
secret
turnip.
society.
It's the most pained and anguished turnip you've ever seen.
It wants to die.
Yeah, it's got teeth. It's gritting its teeth somehow.
And there's not even a candle inside it. Imagine a candle in that thing.
Glowing eyes.
Jesus.
That's just to give you a taste. It was also a popular time of year for bonfires, and still is. But bonfires were also used for divination. Circles of stones would be laid out for each person on the night of the bonfire. And in the morning, if your stones had been disturbed, you would not survive the year.
Why?
Demons.
Remember what I said about the buns?
How many times have I used the word demon in this podcast? And you have the gall
You're
to
using
ask
it as
me
just
why.
an excuse for everything now.
Demon.
I just don't think. Right, okay.
Shut up, you demon. As I said, at this time of year, the link between the world of the living and the world of the dead, they were very close and very permeable. So a lot of things were possible. People took the opportunity for divination to find out as much as possible about their death or their future weddings or their children, what their future would look like.
Right.
While this information is available. They would suspend candles from the roof in the shape of a cross and dangle apples underneath. The game was to grab an apple with your teeth and not get molten wax on your face. Also, if you wanted to see who you were going to marry in the future, you simply had to make very salty porridge. and eat a few bites before bed. Then, in your dreams, your future crush will offer you a glass of water.
No.
So Rory, Halloween, or Samhain, is upon us. The gate to the world of the dead is open, the veil has thinned, the sea has parted, the demons are very much at the door.
Right.
I think we have to take full advantage of this and learn something about the future. Ask the spirits some questions.
Okay.
Let's bob some motherfucking apples. Feast your eyes.
You've produced a bowl.
That's right.
I was so ready to do like a bit with you, but you've actually brought a bowl and apples.
I have.
What's really weird is that you brought a bowl. You didn't think I would have a bowl here in my house?
I mean, after all that talk of cereal.
Yeah, exactly.
In the previous episodes. Well, the irony is that I brought a bowl, but it actually was not big enough.
So we had to use my bowl.
Yeah, I have one of your bowls now.
So is the idea that we bob for these apples?
So I think we go turnabout.
Okay.
You bob for your apple.
All right.
Sir?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Rory is positioning himself. He's swigging on a Lombardi, liquid of the dead, ice cold drink.
Just getting limber for the bobbing.
His legs don't work at this point, I would say. He's mostly crawling across the room.
I am ready to bob for apples.
I was born for this.
Alright.
Okay, he's attempting.
This is insane. How do kids do this? Little demon asses? Give me a frickin' apple. Oh, it doesn't help I swallowed a gun earlier.
He's having real trouble. He's borderline waterboarded at this point.
What are you gonna do if I just drown?
Face first in this bowl of apples.
When the cops show up and it's just you, a dead body, and a bowl of apples.
I'm still filming. So folks, if you want to see this exclusive video of Rory bobbing for apples, Halloween
This is
styly,
impossible!
just
This is impossible!
go to twitter.com/thispara-life.
I'm actually drowning.
You really need to use your teeth. Hey, that sounds good. Hey!
Oh my god.
Hey, nicely done. So, congratulations, Roy. You've successfully prized an apple from the depths. Okay, so you hold on to that one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's so much more difficult than you think it's going to be. I'm so excited for you to learn how difficult this is. You really got to dunk. I don't know if you know this, but it's hard to breathe in water. He got it. He got it third try. You demon, sir.
We both successfully got an apple, sir. Now, step 2.
Kid has a knife.
And for once, I'm not improving.
Really not improving here.
So, what I'm going to do, Rory, is hand you the knife.
Okay, please. This is a good start.
I cannot trust myself. So I want you to, this is basically how they would tell the future back in the day, was they would bob for apples, and now what you need to do is peel off a long piece of skin
From the apple?
from the apple.
Thank Christ. Okay. Yep.
And then I'll let you know what's next.
Please. There we go. Okay. Now give me your wallet.
Whoa.
I turn this on you.
This is dark.
That's right. Welcome to Mischief Night, motherfucker. Get a bit of the skin of the apple.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Is it working okay?
I think so. I just got to get a little bit. Oh, I nicked myself.
Oh,
I nicked
Jesus.
myself on the side of the knife.
I'd be lying if I didn't think this would happen.
Oh my God. It's
Give
bad.
me your wallet.
It's bad.
Give me mine and your wallet.
I need to bob for bandages. I got to get one here.
Okay, all right. You hold on to that, sir. And then pass me the knife.
All right. Here it is.
Okay, now I am slicing a peel. I'm trying to go
It's a good apple. You can taste the struggle.
Okay, so we've got our freshly sliced peels. Now, Roy, the next step is throw it behind your back like you're throwing salt over your shoulder and onto the ground. Nice. All right, I'm going to turn around and do the same thing.
Why are you throwing it at me?
Yeah.
Why would you? Oh, God!
I really did. Okay, don't touch it. It's very important that you do not touch it. Okay?
Some bad shit will happen if you touch that apple peel.
All right, keep recording. What letter would you say that looks like?
Looks like a D.
Okay, I like that. Okay, now get up.
Okay.
Now you tell me, what does your peel, what letter does it look like?
An I.
Interesting.
It just blinked.
That's a very traditional game in which people would tell the future using bobbing for apples.
Okay.
And the peel, you read what letter it looks like, and that is the initial of your future wife, Rory. I.
What names even start with I?
I don't know. Imogen. I'm out.
iPhone.
Judging the way you're going. But hey, my
You got a
current
D?
partner's name's D. Yeah, well, her initial's D, so that's pretty close. I guess that worked.
I mean, this is all that happened in the olden days. Was it worked for one person and he swore it as gospel?
50%
Yeah.
accuracy rate, sir.
It's like, oh, what happened to your piece of apple? Well, a raccoon ate mine. Oh, well, it worked for me, so it's law now.
Can I have the knife? No.
What does the raccoon mean? You will die alone.
Okay, so I've shown you some of the stuff that people used to do back in the day, but let's see what people are doing right now. In Ireland, Halloween is the busiest day of the year for the emergency services. Fireworks are illegal in the Republic of Ireland, however, they are commonly smuggled in from Northern Ireland.
Right,
where
the
they
international
are illegal.
waters of the Irish.
Very
Isles.
much the monkey knife fight capital of Europe. Yeah, as I say, in the US, it is a huge, huge holiday. I have here, actually, the most popular Halloween costumes in order in the United States of America. Care to guess, sir?
Nurse? Sexy nurse?
Absolutely not.
No. Captain Jack Sparrow?
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
Pirate is one of them. I got 5 here.
Zombie?
No.
Did I say nurse? Sexy nurse, to specify?
What about a hot nurse?
Mildly attractive nurse.
Okay, fine. Aging nurse.
Ugly nurse. Sexy doctor. Ugly doctor.
Witch,
Right.
of course.
Yeah.
Vampire.
Oh.
Cat.
I guess sexy cats. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, okay, you need to drop the sexy. I mean, it is mostly children.
I just lose the point if it's not sexy.
And clown.
Right. Hot clown.
But I think
Sexy Pennywise.
very much Pennywise with a thong and gas mask.
Of course.
My favorite country, however, for its particular Halloween proclivities is Japan. Did you know, this blew my goddamn mind, did you know for at least the last 20 years, the Yakuza have been celebrating Halloween in Japan by handing out sweets to kids in the street?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like 20 or 30 years ago, they decided to kind of improve their image as the kind of Japanese mafia,
That's cool. That's nice.
and they started just handing out candy to kids. So Rory, I've taken you on a little bit of a journey from Halloween past to Halloween present to Halloween future.
No, you haven't.
What
Sorry,
do you
haven't.
think?
No, but you haven't. Again, just before we move on, there was no future aspect to this.
I wasn't there.
Past, present, yes.
I told you what your future wife's name will be.
You showed me an apple peel.
Uh-huh.
and said my wife would be Imogen or some shit, I don't think that's showing me the future of Halloween.
I really do though. I think it will be.
In what way is that the future of Halloween?
I think that Halloween will be big one day, actually.
I like this one. This has been more of like a informative podcast than usual.
Yes. I guess what I'm trying to get at is Halloween real?
I'm not actually entirely sure what that means. I know you're trying to stick to the structure of the podcast.
It's just a real... I
think we broke that with the apples, though.
I mean...
So
we're kind of 30-something episodes deep. I think you know the format of this, but it's just kind of a simple yes or no, isn't it?
Right. Is Halloween real? Yes, it is real.
Very good.
You're like, wow, freak. No. And my boyfriend Daniel would be livid to hear you say that.
Yeah, this was a little bit more informative. It was definitely interesting to see the ancient, genuinely paranormal side to it.
Yeah.
People believe that demons walked the earth and you had to kind of protect yourself from them.
Right. What started off as a really kind of sweet, wholehearted thought, like feeding your dead relatives, just basically became people dressing as dead relatives and stealing other people's food.
Very much so. Very much so.
Essentially angering the spirits even more than original.
Right.
I mean, you can see why this has become not quite the original kind-hearted holiday it was supposed to be.
And one of the crazy things is, from what I understand, because if you notice, we kind of went from it being this Celtic phenomenon in Scotland, Isle of Man, Ireland, places like that, to, you know, suddenly the Yakuza are celebrating it.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's really just to do with like Celtic immigrants in the United States, kind of in those first years that they entered the United States. Little Scottish kids running about the streets of the Bronx.
Nope.
Trick-or-treating.
It's because everybody loves candy worldwide.
You heard it here first.
That's why. Yeah, you've done your research. You've taken your notes down. But I think you're forgetting what's at the heart of Halloween. Sweet-ass candy. Chewy, delicious,
sexy
chocolate
candy.
Sexy, hot candy. I'm going as a sexy chomp. A sexy dairy milk.
So you have to get away from these children as soon as possible. I don't really know what our conclusion is this week, folks, other than Halloween is tremendous.
It's great.
The most paranormal day of the year.
And you know what? I hope all you guys out there are having a killer Halloween. Dressed as whatever hot, sexy costume you want to.
I would...
A little off topic, sure.
Dial
yeah.
it back a little bit.
And I hope you enjoyed this informative, delightful, celebratory episode of This Paranormal Life.
That's right. And if you guys have any more stories, insights, opinions, facts, figures, info, send it all on in.
Exactly.
To this or candy, send it all in. To this
sexy pics,
send it all in.
All in.
To this paranormal life podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah.
New Facebook group, This Paranormal Life Secret Society. Hit it up on Facebook. Shh. Just don't type too loud. People might hear what you're typing from the other room and might try to join. But
tell
absolutely tell them. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Send out invitations in the post. But also, shh.
Exactly.
Right. And additionally, our new Patreon. If you can't get enough of This Paranormal Life, you need bonus content. You need access to the show notes blog. You need merchandise, Ra t-shirts, Lombardi Liquid of the Dead. Head on over to patreon.com/This Paranormal Life.
But if you just want to send a couple of bucks the boys' way, you know, investigating ghosts is actually expensive as shit.
We can afford candy at the best of times, let alone the Halloween of times.
I've actually started my own Christmas tradition, robbing the kids as they come to the house.
Illegal.
Usually, by the time they've got here, they've gathered up a little stash, and I take what I can get.
And they say, "Dad, why do you do this to us?"
And I say, "I'm not your father. Tonight, I am the sexiest nurse on this planet." Open my mouth. Yeah, give me your candy.
I miss Mom. See you next week.
Bye-bye.